together, folks. 10 seconds.
Best of luck. Pick check, please.
5.
Let's go to black.
3.
You need Cellulube.
McDonald's brings you all the action and excitement of Hazard County with their new Dukes of Hazzard Happy Meal boxes. There's a new car every week, and each comes with an authentic set of decals. You can collect all 5 cars and create your own Hazard County with the Dukes of Hazzard Happy Meal at McDonald's.
God damn.
Too old for this crap.
Hey out there, everybody. This is Loud House Critic, one guy with 1,000 views and all the episodes I must review. You know, when it comes to a season 5 episode, you would expect something good to come out of it, right? Well, for an episode like this, along with Grub Snub, No Bus, No Fuss, and How the Best Was Won, there simply had to be another boring or cringeworthy episode with Lincoln and his friends. And with that being likely said, Farm to Unstable. The 39th episode, much likely in season 5, as I stated before, and above all, the 238th episode. So when I read the plot of this episode and seeing the title card of it, I already predicted what was going to happen in this episode, especially when something like this actually already happened before. And you're probably asking, what came first, the chicken or the egg with this episode? Well, if you're too damn dumb to figure that out, then you're likely the better to take that farm truck to hell.
Trade me for these delicious sardines? My dad says they're the ocean's candy.
Your dad also says anchovies the only good pizza topping, so no.
I used to like anchovies on pizza until then I laid the fuck off them. Too salty and piss blood out.
Hey, don't yuck my dad's yum, bro.
I don't give a flying fuck, homeboy.
Hey, anybody can say what the fuck they want to say to your dad. He ain't that fucking filthy rich.
Hey, I'll get in on that, Rust Man.
Wow, this has 3 kinds of pork in it.
That's good pork. Oh, I didn't mean, I wasn't, what? They're calling me, so I gotta, bye!
Pleasure doing piss with you, farm boy.
Oh, I didn't do it for me. I did it for Carol Ann. She loves her sardines.
Wait a minute, I thought goats were vegetarians. And I can never understand why goats like to eat metal so much. Maybe I'll actually discover that in the future. Maybe I should start doing some more research on domestic animals instead of wildlife animals. And with all the excitement, I forgot to ask, why the hell did he bring the goat to school? They don't allow animals here. Then again, I don't know how the fuck he got away with bringing that big-ass moose to school. At least he didn't bring the squirrel with him.
Oh, this ain't a social visit. Tomorrow's the biggest honeycutt farm stand of the season. My family depends on it to keep the business running. Oh, I still got a million things to do.
This is so bilingually dexterous of him doing 3 things as he can talk. Hell, I can play video games upside down while I'm chewing gum at the same time. And you know, if Liam actually doing that, reminds me a bit of my dad back in his own day. All he did was homework and did chores with the pigs. He was one tough little boy. He didn't have time for television, video games, or playing with toys at the time.
I don't want to tell your family how to run the farm, but they sure are dumping a lot of work on you.
Actually, I'm flying solo. Meemaw sprained her ankle mud wrestling in Virginia, and my dad and my brother, they're at an egg convention.
I'm still on the edge of my seat to see what his dad actually looks like. Ever since he mentioned him in Past Your Bedtime, we never got to see him. And yet he mentioned his Miwa in Overnight Success, and we got to see her in Stall Monitor. And I do have my fingers crossed that Jeff Bennett will actually voice his dad. And I never even knew he actually had a brother, and since when has this actually become part of his family? He never ever mentioned having a brother. You could at least let us spend more time with Liam and Stella. Those could be some episodes to think about.
There is something we can do. We can all go to Liam's farm early tomorrow and help.
Oh, I couldn't ask y'all to do that.
No problem.
We're happy to help.
That's what friends are for. Oh, shucks. Y'all are the best.
I wouldn't be too damn sure about that. I wouldn't be counting all my eggs quite yet.
Cock-a-doo, what a day. The sun is shining brightly.
Y'all have your assignments. I'll be setting up the stand while you do the farm work.
Meanwhile, I'll be chilling inside on Meemaw duty. Should be a piece of cake. Grandmas love me.
He took the same facial expression I made just now. Jury duty survey says...
Waka waka whore. Papa Bear says this bitch is too conscious. Bernstein family says hi.
And I can't fucking sing if you keep flapping those dick-sucking lips of yours.
And I don't think that's going to be too much necessary if you hitting on an older woman. But fuck, he brought an older woman to date Lincoln and back out there. I don't know who in that studio has that kind of sick mind as he does, but watch yourself.
Oh, after you guys package the products, you'll need to put one of these labels on each item.
Honeycutt Farms, fresher than a low-fed pig.
Honeycut. That's almost close to honeycup or honeycomb. And that's the best damn cereal I love.
Honeycomb! That honey sweet crunch can't get past me. Me, my honeycomb!
Everyone can tell the honeycutt difference. I gotta say, y'all are really saving my hindquarters. Why are we all standing around like a herd of hopeless heifers? Let's farm it up.
Hopeless heifers. I freaking love this kid so much. He might be a better sweet talker to the ladies than Rusty is. Now that's my kind of lady, the old snag-a-two heifer. She'd be spending that money on cotton candy. Once she know I'm gonna have her come over and fix my refrigerator. So anyway, the gang gets to work.
Okay, Liam said Daisy will only let me milk her for friends. So, hi Daisy, my name is Lincoln.
Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer, do.
Daisy? Hell, the last time I recall, I thought the cow's name was Annabelle. Then again, this might be a different type of cow, and I think Annabelle might have got butchered and got replaced by Daisy. Especially when Ozzy got replaced by Enzo.
Enzo? 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 Okay, Enzo.
And I'll be your milker.
I know this is a cartoon, and I hate to question too much logic of what goes into a down-to-earth show. But seriously, how the fuck is he able to fit an entire bucket like that, and how is he still able to move? That bucket would actually be stuck on his head. He can't be that small.
Survey says...
That's not right. When they pushed the door, it should have...
That's what I love about you, Henry. Anything you can mess up, you will mess up.
Oh, great! Another sticky mess!
Let's grab a snack and then we can settle in for an infomercial marathon. Yeah.
No TV!
Alright, just got a good laugh out of her. Because she reminds me so much of a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle episode from 2012 where Splitter actually threw his staff into the TV and he yells out, "And no TV!" Because the turtles actually got seen and they were put on the news, and it kills me for how the way he had a perfect aim to hit the TV.
Krognard Marathon.
And no TV!
I need you to cook me some grits. Look alive, Red. We'll need a ham fist of butter, a hoop of cream cheese, and a lickety-split of lard.
Oh, cooking grits is not that hard. I do my own homemade grits every time. They're so easy to make, I can give you the recipe, unless you already know how to make some.
Does that look like a ham fist to you? That's barely a Piggly Wiggly.
I'm sorry, Mima. I don't speak farm.
I'm saying it needs more butter.
Needs more butter? That sounds a little too moist if you ask me.
Yeah, moist. That would be nice. It's called foreplay.
I don't mean it like that. So now we come with Clyde.
Huh? Wonder where all the chickens went. Well, this should be easy breezy.
And on his farm he has communism, E-I-E-I-O. With a Trotsky here and a Stalin there. Here are Marx, there are Marx, everywhere are Marx, Marx.
Farmer Clyde had a farm, E-I-E-I-O.
That's right. He had a farm.
Out of all the bad farm jokes I've heard, I think Home on the Range had the most record of them. But then I would take that movie over Chicken Little. That movie was so fucking atrocious.
I know it's here. There's a piece in the sky somewhere.
That matches as well as Dr. Claw voicing Ariel.
I'm ready to know what the people know.
Shut the fuck up.
And speaking of chicken...
God damn, is that freaky!
I'll never understand why chickens need to have the sharp teeth in their mouth. They're not carnivorous. But I know one thing for sure with Clyde. If he ever does get married in the future, he really is gonna get henpecked.
What the heck was that? I haven't heard a noise like that since Virginia's Night Terrors.
That's just Clyde. Singing. He's in Glee Club, you know? Sounds great, bud.
Call that singing? This would be more like singing, hit him in the hand and the critter ain't dead. Whop him low and whop him high. Stick your finger in his eye. Somebody heard it from a Bugs Bunny cartoon when he's playing the fiddle when he's singing, having these two hillbillies beat the crap out of each other. It's so damn hilarious, I can't even put all the words he was singing put together. So now we come to Stella.
Red, are you sure that was singing back there?
You know what? Sheep easy. I'm sure Stella's got that covered. Let's,
Again, if you want some real good singing, listen to this.
We are shearing sheep. We are shearing sheep. We are shearing sheep. We are shearing sheep.
I'm sure Zach's had everything under. Yeah!
You bumbling metalheads! I never should have made you! You make me sick!
I swear, for every moment I see a gopher in the garden, it reminds me of this game I remember playing back in elementary school when I was in Hinesville, Georgia.
Go, go, go to school. Go to school. Kindergarten, here I come.
Man, this farm work is way harder than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's exhausting. And we have nothing to show for it.
I know I reviewed a Stella performance before this episode, but this episode came before that episode was even made. And the way Stella actually said that episode had more of her character development into it, and she had something to offer. Hell, I was expecting a lot of development out of her in this episode, since she was so good with animals before. A rat, a rabbit, you know.
Oh, that's not true. I did get this sweet gopher bite.
Ew, you're supposed to pull the damn tooth out of your back and put it in your pocket. Don't leave it sticking in there. And I hope you get shots after when this is done.
I have thoroughly prepared myself.
We'll never finish in time for the farm stand. What are we gonna do?
Oh no, what we gonna do? The king likes Daniel more than me and you. Oh no, what we gonna do?
Shut up, we don't need that song.
We can't let Liam down.
What if we took a little shortcut? We could combine our money and go buy the farm goods in town. No one will ever know the difference. Eggs are eggs, right?
Don't even think about it. Do you remember the last time when you tried to take a shortcut and what would Lincoln do? Do you remember how everything turned out in the very end? Did you not learn anything in life? I mean, are you really that lazy not to make a house of bricks? Hell, Stella might be the one who actually is safe from the wolf. All the other boys, they'll just get eaten.
I want you looking your best. Can't have janky cuticles for the farm stand.
Rusty,
Okay, you let these bad boys dry and I'll be right back. What is it?
We need to run into town. Can you cover for us if Liam or Mima wants to check on us?
Make it quick.
But at this point, you already know what the fuck is going to happen.
What's that?
A cook on a hook.
I'm feeling really good about this plan.
Clues for floor buffing.
Survey says...
What the fuck was that? Where are we gonna go now?
Well, there's only one place to go when you're desperate.
And fuck that.
And voila.
Oh, great job, Red! Oh, look, you painted Virginia. I got a piggy on my little piggy.
I'm not even gonna fucking ask how the hell Rusty even did that. Especially when I can't even figure out how the hell can Homer exactly draw the way he is. I mean, if Bart can't even draw how the way Homer exactly looks, how is it that Homer can actually do that?
Now, take me out to the farm so I can check in on the kids.
No!
No?
No. No. I beg your pardon.
Because, it's time for Virginia's pedicure. I'm gonna paint little pictures of you on her hooves. Ah, Mudhole Brown. Excellent choice, madame.
That would sound a little too impossible to even do. Nail painting on a pig's hooves. Then again, I'm sure Zootopia can actually explain how that works. But we come to Lincoln and his Freckle gang out in the barn as they're starting to do shortcut dirty dealing. And I know for a fact that this is gonna be a complete
motherfucking disaster. Remember this equation. You will need it later, nigga.
Oh, I'll say love life is a life for me, and I never know.
Wow! Great job! Y'all really came through in the clutch.
Wait! There was a horsefly.
Oh, I hate those things so much. That's why I wear jeans and not wear shorts. Duh, so I don't have to keep scratching at my leg. So now we actually cut to the customers at the Honeycut farm.
Alrighty, what can I get you, Mr. Grouse?
I'll take a bag of rutabagas.
And, you know, come to think of what I know what's actually gonna happen next, this is starting to pick up something from You Oughta Know Better. Even though this is season 5 and that's season 6, but looking back at this after when I just reviewed that episode, it's starting to feel like that episode. Or at least that episode was actually feeling like this episode.
Next!
We'll take 2 bundles of your fresh sheep's wool. We're making dresses for our double date later. Errol and Daryl are taking us to that new kitten cafe.
How do I put this nicely?
I hope y'all have fun.
Thanks. Give me a dozen eggs and some milk. Tyler's gonna make pies for my motorcycle club's rager tonight.
And I'm also DJing the party. Scoot, 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 scoot.
Yeah, here's a DJ song I like to give to you. Tough, tough, soft, soft, don't care, suck my nuts on your motherfucking forehead. I swear, it feels like these two are just gonna make music and love together at night.
God, I hope not.
So now the sun starts to set in, and if you think everything is actually gonna be alright, you better fucking think again on this one. Especially when it's clearly obvious about what Lincoln and half his Freckle gang actually did. Then again, you realize I had to skip that whole entire scene because, you know, it's Flip.
Yeah! What are you punks trying to pull?
Uh-oh! Me, I'm over here with Bolita, and we're having sex.
Uh-oh, they're about as mad as most of the people in North America who are pretty pissed off about these Disney live-action remakes.
With a cleaver, I hack them in two.
With their brains from their ass from smoking that grass. God, I hate these live-action remakes, don't you?
Mr. Grouse, what happened to you?
What happened is I ate your rutabagas.
Holy hell! You call this milk? I call it sludge.
Ew, really?
You're telling us we tried on our new dresses made from your wool and got the itchies.
She put the wool over my eyes.
Whoa, put them back in. They're not done yet. Then again, Scoots' Johnny Bravo boyfriend didn't buy a used condom.
Our products can't be the cause of y'all's misery. Everything we sell is fresh.
Ah, could have fooled me. I'm never coming back to this farm stand again.
Blame it on the pigs, they were wearing wigs. Blame it on the chicks, got no dig. Blame it on the echo gang. Okay, I'm just gonna stop.
We want our money back! I demand everything! Give me my money back! You showed them! Get me out of here!
Well, win a few, lose a few, right?
This is a crying shame. We need that money to keep the farm going.
Ugh, something's weird here.
What's a flip sticker doing on our Vegas?
That son of a bitch! I'm gonna rip your head off!
Here's where the friends come clean now.
Excuse me? This is our fault. We couldn't handle the hard work, so we took a shortcut.
We bought everything at Flips.
Oh!
Remember, your blood pressure!
Red, take me inside!
So that's what Liam actually meant to say when his meanwhile would be madder than a wet peacock. Again, saying that animal's name kind of feels dirty.
Hurry! Through the garden! Watch out for peacocks!
Oh, and I stepped on one of your peacocks. You got a paper towel?
What do you think Meanwhile's actually going to do to Rusty? Wait a minute, then again, he didn't do so much the work around the farm since he was actually inside much the entire time taking care of her, even though he was trying to cover up for them. So pretty much he didn't even know what the hell was going on. He never actually knew that they went to Flips to go buy everything.
Oh man, I can't believe y'all did this.
Man, we messed up. If we just done the hard work in the first place, this wouldn't have happened.
And considering the fact that this was partly considered a lie reveal, well, kind of like a lazy lie reveal, considering something like this was already done with What Would Lincoln Do? And again, with the Freckle Gang here, saying how best friends they were to Liam, I expect a lot more out of them, especially from Stella, when she's the one who's really good with animals, as I stated before in this review. But the Freckle Gang decides to make it up and actually decides to do the work instead of cutting corners.
Got milk?
Wow. You were really proud of that one, weren't you?
Oh, doggy, you're gonna get your lumps. Oh, doggy, you're gonna get some bumps. Oh, doggy, huh?
Thanks. Enjoy the pie.
Why the hell would you give a chicken a pie? And I hope that's not chicken pie either.
Chickens. Which ones? All of them.
Then again, a chicken having sharp teeth like that before, he might be a cannibal. Is a chicken even carnivorous?
All I feed them is cocaine. And chicken.
I'm not even gonna ask.
So after that hard work, after what the Freckle Gang actually did, next day comes to the Honeycut farm.
Step right up. Here you go.
What y'all doing here? We don't have a farm stand on Sundays.
You do today. We worked all night and did it the right way this time.
And we are gonna keep it that way.
About time.
Don't piss me off. Oh, yeah? What are you gonna do about it?
Did that hurt? Oh, I'm sorry.
And we tracked down your customers and told them that the rotten items they bought weren't from your farm.
They weren't thrilled to see us at 5 in the morning, but we had to get your good name back.
That was something real touching, but somewhat it's really not going to be that much enough to save this episode. So I'm just going to be honest, there's a lot of things I just didn't care about.
Well, gosh, y'all are the best friends a feller could ever ask for.
Survey says
I'm really pissed off.
Pissed off? If I was that close to a horse's wiener, I'd be worried about getting pissed on.
Bring it in.
Friendship is the best thing ever, except for best friendship, which is a little better.
No, this calls for a celebratory dance. Spin me red. Woo! Whoa!
Looks like we're gonna start hunting gophers now.
All right, kids, guns out!
I'm having gophers tonight! So that was Farm to Unstable. Let's be honest with each other. I didn't give two chicken shits about this episode. Because this is constantly an episode that repeated something like this that another episode actually did, that repeated something like this from another episode. Take a look at episodes like Lincoln Loud Guru, Interns for Words, What Would Lincoln Do? And pretty much likely Kings of the Con. Do you see where I'm going here with this episode? Lincoln and his Freckle Gang buddy try to help their best friend Liam out on the farm, and it turns out they're not really so much good with so much the labor work around the farm, and they decide to go buy this cheap bullshit stuff from Flip. As if anyone would have learned their fucking lesson, that nothing stays fresh in that fucking gas station of his. They sell this bullshit stuff to their customers, and they get really extremely pissed off at so much the people who hate so much the Disney live action remakes. And yet they constantly make it up for their best friend in the very end, which should have been so much more justified, and they should have got punished for this. Because they pretty much ruined Liam and his ma's status of how they do things on the farm. Except for maybe Rusty, since he got off too easy. Lincoln, Clyde, Stella, and Zach could have been more supportive, and at least for Stella's sake, she could have actually taught some of these guys how to handle the animals because, like I stated before, she actually has a thing of talking to animals, especially when it shows with Tales of Woe, Training Day. You should know it damn well. But when watching this episode, it reminds me it's a bit of past your bedtime. Especially when the part when they were having a few games with Liam just before he went to sleep and they snuck off to George Gurdon's party. So pretty much I can already tell that they weren't gonna do so very well when I expected a little bit more out of Stella. With the latter though, they try to take a shortcut about all this, as bad as Lincoln did with What Would Lincoln Do, with a bunch of several other episodes when he did this bullshit. And him and his Freckle Gang really did want to help Liam out. They just didn't know how to handle it or how to talk to him about it. And they buy all this cheap bullshit expired stuff, which they could have nearly food poisoned somebody, when really they should have turned their attention away from this fat bastard. So for me, I kind of just didn't like this episode. I don't hate it, I just don't find it too interesting because like I said, it repeated something that another episode had already done before. Even when at first looking at the title, I knew this wasn't going to be too much of a good episode because obviously Farm to Unstable, it sounded like this was going to be like a Freckle Gang episode. Because, you know, season 5 loves to shove more of that shit up their ass. And to despite the fact that a grocery store will be closed in the middle of the daytime, fucking lazy writing. And I do have to give credit for this episode for partly the message being hard work builds good ethic, and good ethic kind of builds more development in a character. Especially when you also can notice that something fresh can actually come from a farm instead of being in a grocery store or a gas station. I mean, where do you think we get milk from? Where do you think we get eggs from? Where do you think we get bacon, sausage, and ham from? Hell, or even more I can actually say, where do you think we get strawberries, cherries, pumpkins, and apples from? Coincidence?
Peaches, 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 peaches.
And as I stated before, I don't hate the episode, but I just don't like what they did in this episode. Even though the moral of this episode actually tells it all. But it isn't too good enough to save from being so repetitive that we've already seen this time and time and time after another episode that did it already. But still have to admit, hard work on the farm really pays off. This has been the Loud House Critic. Do I even need to say what's coming up this Sunday?
In the loud house, duck, dodge, push and shove is how we show our love. In the loud house, gotta love mom and dad for not going completely mad.